Hi everyone, hope you're well. I just wanted to I was driving along on my way up to sunny Hull, and I was having a little think about what I'm about to say, and decided to pull over and make a little video just so I could get the message across to everyone what's on my mind at the moment about grading criteria. So we've got a black belt assessment coming up. We have a black belt grading coming up a month after that. And I wanted to talk to all the instructors and all the senior instructors as well, just on my thoughts on how important it is that we really do police and monitor the number of classes and the amount of time that each student completes in between each grade. And that is even more important and tends to fall by the wayside a little bit when we get up to the black belt levels, up to the Dan levels. There's a hell of a lot of students that I know for a fact will grade to first Dan, let's say in March, and will almost expect that the March next year, grade 2 provisional black belt in March, and expect it to be a guarantee that the following March, the anniversary of their grading, will be the first Dan grading. Now, in order to get from provisional black belt to first Dan, you need to train for a year, so that would be right, March to March. You also need to complete 100 classes. That's 2 classes a week for the whole 50 weeks that GKR is open, without missing a class, no sickness, no illness, no holidays, no nothing. Now, I know, and if you're honest with yourself, you know that most of us don't do that. Most of us do not train twice a week. Now, when you're teaching, your teaching night and your senior class night together counts as 2 classes. When you're teaching, you're mentally training. Also, you should be doing something with your class. Now, it doesn't have to be a massive amount of hard work. I have a sort of a general rule with myself that when I'm asking my senior class to do a combination, say the black belt combinations, and you'll probably see it this weekend when we do the black belt grading format, is I'll demonstrate it twice. I'll do one on my right side, showing them what to do, change legs, one on my left side, showing them what to do, then I'll count the 6. And that's kind of my practice. And I teach 5 times a week on average. So all that together, I get a pretty good training session in throughout the week, plus my actual training with my instructor. All that added up, you know, is a good amount of training. So for yourself, when you teach, that counts as a training night. And when you attend senior class, that counts as a training night too. Now, most instructors, and I've done the study, I've counted, most instructors, the average is most instructors attend 3 senior classes out of 4 and probably teach 7 weeks out of 8. We tend to miss less teaching nights than we do senior class nights. It's almost like we feel more responsible for our students' training than we do our own, which would be nice to change, but the numbers are the numbers, and we have to work with the numbers what we have right now, okay? And most students out there train 0.9 times a week. So, you know, it all needs to lift. It all needs to lift, but that's another subject. Let's talk about what we're talking about now. We need to work with the numbers we have right now. So if an instructor teaches 7 weeks out of 8 because of, you know, he has a holiday here or sickness there, gets his senpai to cover or someone else to cover, and these are just averages, and then he does 3 senior classes a week, 3 senior classes out of 4 in an 8-week period, she can say, I have done 13 sessions in 8 weeks. A potential of 16 sessions at twice a week. I've done 13. Now, over a year, if that was your training habit throughout a year, you're missing 3 sessions every 2 months. There's 12 months in a year. So you will miss a potential of 18 sessions. So the person going from provisional black belt to first Dan, if they want it on their anniversary, they've got to have made up them extra 18 classes. And if they haven't, they can't go for the grading on the anniversary. They can't. They've got to wait for 3 months, for the 3 to 4 months, for the next assessment and the next grading. That's the criteria. It's GKR criteria. It's not my criteria. Someone said to me the other day, oh, you know, I can't remember the exact words, but it was sort of along the lines of like, this is my thing. No, this is GKR's criteria, and we are the gatekeepers of the GKR karate standard. We are the gatekeepers. I'll talk a bit more about that in a minute. But there's a lot of people that expect to grade to first dan after 1 year, second dan after 2 years, third dan after 3 years, fourth dan after 4 years, and yet we're missing on average 18 potential sessions a year. So someone going from first dan to second dan has probably missed 36 classes, and someone going from second dan to third dan has probably missed, quick maths, 54 classes. And then whatever the work out fourth dan for me, I can't do it for yourself. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that we seem to get hung up on dates and anniversaries, and yet we've got to do the work. You've got to put the work in. Does that make sense? You've got to put the work in. Now, there are people watching this video who I know train 2 senior classes a week plus teach. So therefore, if they miss one senior class, there'll be another one they get to. And if they miss their teaching night, they're probably, basically, the point I'm trying to make is when it comes to the anniversary of their grading, the number of classes is going to be irrelevant because they'll have done way over. And there's a few of you watching, I won't mention names, but there's a few of you watching who I know fall into that category. They're like the top group who just train. You know who you are, I know who you are. Okay, there's also people out there who train probably less than 3 senior classes out of 4. Teach a lot, but train less than 3 senior classes out of 4. You guys, your gradings are going to really be spread apart. But I know from talking to some of those people, and you know who you are, and I know who you are, that grading's not a big thing for you, and you're happy for gradings to come when they're ready, and you're busy with work and things like that. And again, that's fine. None of this is a moan or a gripe. This is just what it is. We have to work with what it is. The middle, though, the average is about 3 senior classes out of 4 and about 7 teaching nights out of 8. So you're missing a potentially 18 classes. You've got to accept that your grading is going to take longer. So for someone, if you was training with that ratio, I would expect someone to go from black belt to first dan in probably 1 year, 3 months. Second dan, first dan to second dan, 2 years, 4, 5 months, and third dan, most people, it's going to be 3 years, 6 to 8 months. It's going to be just because of your training habits, and they're your training habits, and they're fine, and there's nothing wrong with those training habits, but you got to accept it. You put in what you get out. You've got to accept it. It's as simple as that. And your students have got to accept it. So what I'm asking is that we've got to take up the role of the gatekeepers. The first level of gatekeepers, it's like the never-ending story if you've watched it, yeah? The first level of gatekeepers is most of you guys watching, the branch instructors, okay? Instructors that teach public classes. You're the first gatekeeper for your students, so you're the first sort of like stopgap on the standard, classes, time, standard, but also be a gatekeeper for yourself, all right? Hold your own standard. You know if you've done your classes. You know if you've skived off. You know if you've, not done what you need to do in the amount of time. So just accept it. Just be honest about it. Accept it, and just know that you need to just rack up a bit more time. If you can't make up classes that you miss because of work commitments and life, that's fine. Just accept. It might not be 2 years to second dan. It might be 2.5. All right. Okay. Just accept it. You're gonna get there one day. Right, it's not a race, right? It's a journey, okay? But you're the first gatekeepers. The second gatekeepers number 2 are the senior instructors. Now, I am still a senior regional instructor 1 night a week. So I'm in the role that I'm about to talk about. I'm talking to the likes of, Andy Vincent, Mike Norton, the regional managers who are also senior instructors like Sophia Hussain, Piers Sparrow, John Daniels, Daniel Pincus, and we've got a few new ones joining our team soon, which would be nice. But we're gatekeepers number 2, so we've got to then uphold that. We've got to make sure that the classes are there, the time is there, and also the standard is there as well, and not let people slip through. And then gatekeeper number 3 is myself, because my main role every other day of the week is a senior, zone instructor, in charge of all this north of England area. And, I won't let you through, but hopefully I don't have to, I don't have to be the one that doesn't let you through. Hopefully our gatekeepers have been, decent enough to uphold the standards of GKR, having a high enough integrity to just say, no, now's not your time, you've got to do more. And by the time people come through to me, that side of it should be taken care of. Really, my role should be to assess standard and not be counting classes. That should already be checked. But the main point of this video is to talk to, you know, you guys, the instructors, who are also students, who also want to grade. Just look at your own training habits and just accept them as they are. If you can change them and lift it a bit, brilliant. If you can't change them, don't worry about it. And if you have time off, don't worry about it. But just accept that, you know, it takes a bit more than just time ticking away to get from one grade to the next. Okay, so hopefully that's helped you understand. I'm sweltering in my car, by the way. I've got to open the window soon, so I'll finish this video and I'm gonna get a cold drink. But yeah, watch this video. Hopefully it'll help. If you got any questions, comment below so everyone can see the question. And by the way, I mean questions, not, you know, comments. If you got something to say that's a bit sort of politically not quite correct, message me privately. But, you know, if you got questions and stuff, comment below. Then everyone gets to see it and everyone gets the same answer. All right. See you later, dudes.